Hey guys, Ponto here. We're back with our playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. We are now around the level 92 period of the MSQ. We have gotten through the first dungeon, and we're a little bit further in right now. We're about to speak to a good friend of ours over here. We need to speak to our good friend Wook before we jump in. If you haven't already, make sure you follow the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, I should say. Make sure you like the video. We are very new to this whole YouTube thing, so whenever you go ahead and do that, it helps us in the algorithm. It helps us get found in more places. And make sure to turn that notification icon on. Now, let's get started on the MSQ. Oh, there's a Sinra over there. Hello, Sinra. Okay, let me do this here. I kind of nailed the opening there, lads. Yeah, that was not too bad, was it? I think we did an okay job with it, yeah? Yeah, I think we did okay. We did an okay one, man. Can we have a look at Sinra's plate? No, because we're on the YouTube video part of the stream now. Somebody can't. Unless that is wholesome, Sinra, I can't look at it now. It's safe? Okay, let me have a look at it. Whoa. Very cute, if I do say so myself. Woo! Very, very cute. Ready for the blur? Nah, we're fine. All right, let's go ahead and chat to Wook. Guys, I'm going to be voicing every bit of this here scene going forward. Settle down, chill, feel free to lurk if you are wanting to avoid the story spoilers, and get ready to enjoy yourselves, okay? Let's have some fun. Right. We should go and see the giants next. Agreed. Golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga, and it's not to be ignored. The Urqupacha Highland should be easy enough to reach from here. If we have Irvinshire from the west, there's a road which leads up into the mountains. Let's find that first. Alright. So, it looks like we're heading towards the area where all the is it Hook-Toy? How do you pronounce their name? For they used to be called trolls in FF11, but they gave them a different name in this one. What's the name of the giants in this game? I'm trying to remember the name of it. Is it Hook-Toy? Oh, Yuk-Toy. Yuk-Toy? Mummies, I believe. It's not mummies. We're not talking about female Rothgars. Yokoi? Okay, I was roughly correct then. Okay, not bad. Yokoi? Okay, I was pretty close then in that case. Hello, Wook. Off to our little area we go. To a new area we go. Looks like the trail is going to get steep from here on in. I hope everyone is ready for some climbing. Third promise. I'm glad I caught you. Redorock asked me to bring you back to the village. She says there's something she forgot to give you. Huh? Something other than the keystone? Yes, an item of great importance, or so I was told. It shouldn't take long, so if you would please follow me. I wonder what this is all about. Well, no need for everyone to come. I'll be back in a little while. Strange. What's up? Where are they going to, man? Alright, well. Yo, looks like me and Sinra are at the exact same point of the story. This is taking quite a while. Just keep waiting for Naya, though, I suppose. Waiting more? Is this what stalling is like as well? Is this the rust part of the actual portion of the content? Perhaps there were complications? Well, let's wait a little bit longer. Oh? This is getting a little ridiculous. Did she get lost on the way back to find us? But how? There's only one road. I wouldn't underestimate Wook Lamat's sense of direction. Well, or that thereof. Fortunately, she has a Link Pro. Let's see what's keeping her, shall we? That'll be the first thing I would have tried if I was kind of worried about them being away for too long. Oh, she's not answering. She's not responding. Perhaps we should all return to Irvinshire. 'Twas Reddlerock who had business with her, yes? Mm-hmm. Oh no. I feel like something's happened here, hasn't there? Something's going on. There's a setup here. There's a trap. There's gotta be something going on here, man. I can feel it. You know when you can feel something just doesn't feel right? Something doesn't feel right here. Everything's fine. We'll see about that. Okay. Back again so soon? They didn't know we were coming. We came looking for Wook Lamat. Did you not send someone to fetch her? Reddlerock did not. Neither has she seen the third promise since you were last here. Then who was that man who came for her? Oh? I thought you had left already. Where is Lamachi? Is she not with you? Huh? You don't know where she is? How could you let this happen? That thou shouldst worry for thy sister is understandable. Yet rather than assign blame, thine energies are better spent in locating her. I will help you with your search. This is not how I'd wish a fellow claimant to lose the contest, my sister least of all. In that case, dividing our forces will allow us to cover more ground. Ponto and I should work together at least, the better to facilitate communication between our groups. Then the rest of us will split up. Report in should you find anything. We'll be on our way then as well. Right, keep in touch. I'm going to make an assumption here. One of the other two claimants, I bet you that guy was part of one of the other two teams. Come. We should begin our search. I'm almost certain that's what happened here. We'll see how this goes, though. I'm going to assume Mr. Two Heads himself probably got us involved in this. I feel like the one head at Mammal Ja is intimidating, but I don't think he's up to any dirty tactics. At least not yet, anyway. If Lamachi was returning to Irvinshire from the west, then she should have passed through here, except Reddlerock swears that she did not see her. In which case, it is entirely possible that Lamachi never even made it back to the village at all. The only way to be certain is to ask the sentry stationed at the opposite entrance. They did say there were bandits in general on this road recently. This is true, but I can't see someone as strong as Wook Lamar getting their butt kicked by a couple of random bandits. Could be wrong, but I would assume there was definitely some sort of organized sort of attack here with this. Deferred promise? Mobby has been standing at his post with diligent eye watchings. He has seen no claimants pass through this way. What a ton of water. What a ton of water? With brightly colored hair. Mobby knows something of this one. He hears tongue flaps about a Pelu peddler in many fires who was attacked by a crazy-haired bandit on the road. A bandit, you say? Thank you. You've been most helpful. My sister is clearly not here, though. I wish it were otherwise. We must consider the possibility that the Tonawatan messenger and the brigand described by the sentry are one and the same, and that Lamachi is in very real danger. Come, let us head to the many fires. I'd like a word with this peddler, should they still be around. The blue mammal jaw doesn't seem bad. I don't trust either of them, man. I actually am a little bit more nervous about the single-headed mammal jaw more so than the double-headed one. He's got this sort of like intimidating atmosphere around him, and his logic is a little bit weird because he was talking about how he wanted to try and have some form of like war to make people understand what real peace was and the value of it, which is kind of a weird, flawed logic, but, you know. Alright, let's go ahead and find this here bad boy. I can't see her getting picked up by bandits, so... Peace through invasion is one of the philosophies of all time. Yeah, it's a very weird, flawed philosophy, too. Generally, whenever people do that there, it always comes back to be very bad in the history books. Looking at the history of such things like that. Here, let me grab this real quick. There we go. Yeah, I don't think there's a positive thing in history based on the fact of claiming a country or claiming a land for yourself based off war that has turned out to be peaceful by the end of it. That being said, I don't really know much about my American history in that side of things. Over here? Oh. Ooh. I gotta find all the ether currents. I'm gonna worry about the ether currents when I've opened up all the zones. I'll work through them over time, so I will. You can rule with love, or you can rule with love, or you can rule with love. I think you mean fear. Yes, okay, yes. I'm glad you didn't get suspicious, stream, because if you have stopped halfway through the quest, it's okay. I just trust you, man. I'm just gonna say nothing because of that there. So I was just like, I just trust him. I'll go with it. Was there something I could help you with? I'm told you were the victim of a bandit attack. Could you recount exactly what happened? My goodness. I thought I recognized you. I'll tell you everything I remember, second promise. It was that scoundrel, Wakiza, who ambushed me. You know the name of your attacker? There's no mistaking that hair. All my peddler friends have stories of that notorious bandit leader and his predations. Wakiza and his gang will stoop to any low for the sake of a few pel, and with no fresh quarry coming up the broken stairs, they'd had it to become a little bit more creative. Little wonder why he went after Lamachi. He likely thinks to ransom her for a royal sum. I expect he'll soon make his demands, but I don't intend to wait. We'll find this villain first and deliver his deserved payment in person. What say you to a small deception? I will assume the role of a well-to-do merchant to lure Wakiza out of hiding. Then, when he comes sniffing about, we catch the rat by the tail. Yip, yip, yip. Okay. An excellent plan. And I have just the right garments for your disguise. At a specially discounted price, of course. A brush with bandits hasn't dampened your mercantile spirit, I see. I see. Well, very well. I accept your generous deal. Now we lay the bait. I'll precede you into many fires to make my presence known. You follow on behind, boasting to those along the way how you paid me a hefty purse in exchange for a rare gemstone or some such. If Wakiza is as coin hungry as they say, then a recently enriched peddler should be an irresistible mark for him. We let him strike, and then we spring our trap. All right. Time to play our parts. Okay, so I just have to follow him? Follow me. I find it weird that they that she ended up. I'm finding it very strange how she was able to get captured by bandits, to be honest with you. Considering the strength that she kind of displayed in 6.55. There. That Ixbral fellow. Share with him how happy your imaginary deal with me has made you. Once you put on an appropriate display to him, we can continue to our next performance. Can I just press the emote here? Yes, I can. Yay! My gemstone! A rare gemstone from the Hitsaro merchant, you say? I envy the profit he must have made from such a seal. Since the stairs were destroyed, I have not been able to peddle goods at my usual haunts. I still think that the typing thing should have a little quote thing that you can click on as well. But yeah, I do think the emote thing is a nice little addition. A good start. But I would make certain Wakiza is aware of me. Let us continue. Oh, RP walk time, guys. We're in Balmung. I've had years of practice here. That moblin over there looks amenable to conversation. The stage is yours, Ponto. What could a mobby do for you? All right, let's be happy to the little mobby. Yeah! Oof. The Hitsaro sold you a sparkle stone for your collection. Sorry, I just remembered something. Let me just fix something real quick before I forget. Oh. Well, that explains your giant joy smiles. Mobby is happy for your happiness. Mobby is also jealous of the merchant and all the jingly shine he must have made. All the jingly shine, eh? They did an amazing job with the design of this area. Yeah, I really do like how they've designed some of these zones. Like, in terms of the actual visual aesthetic of them, I like what they've done with them. That should be enough, but perhaps one last act to drive it home. Alright, let's keep going. Let's find another person to peddle this info to. Oh, RP walking time. To the Pelly over there. It's very vibrant. I have also increased the color saturation, so it's a little bit more vibrant than probably standard. But yeah, I do think it's very, very pretty. Do you see that cheerful Pelu? Tell him the tale of your precious gemstone, and we'll be done with that part of the charade. How nice to see a smiling face. Care to share the reason for it? I've heard nothing but mumblings and grumblings since that storm passed through. Oh. Whoops. Gemstone! A passing peddler had the very gemstone you sought for your collection. Well, that's a stroke of luck. And I'll wager the merchant was just as pleased to fill his pockets with your grateful coin, eh? Well, I'm inspired to go and earn some pel of my own. Who knows? Maybe this opportunity will find me, even as it found you. Is this Pelu a little sussy, or is that just me? Oh, maybe it's no. I think they were just eavesdropping us. Ah, my most valued customer. The profit from this single purchase of yours should see me through weeks of idle leisure. Traveling with such a fat purse and no sellswords is tempting fate, so I shall make Irvinshire my last stop and then return forthwith to Tuliolal. Did you see that? The rat has come for a nibble. You played your part to perfection, Ponto, a man of many talents, just as Fankard and Urion J has described. Now, let us lure Wakiza out of spring, and then we can spring our trap. I love Koana. Yeah, I get the feeling that he's going to end up... I feel like it's going to be like a balance between both him and... Unless something drastic happens, I feel it's either going to be Gulul Jaja that stays on the throne, and or it'll be a combination of both him and Wook Lamat who end up on the throne. It'll be one of the two. It'll be definitely one of the two. I definitely think the Mammal Jazz are probably going to get scuffed out at some point, or maybe there'll be a redemption arc for them potentially too. I don't know. But as it kind of stands right now, one of them is like your cookie cutter, like Saturday morning bad guy. And one of them seems like they might be a more intimidating threat, possibly. But that might change later on. Maybe there'll be something that happens. Let us execute the final stage of the plan. I will set out towards Irvinshire alone and unarmed. The better to sell the active, defenseless merchant that way. Assuming Wakiza is watching, he will likely wait for some quiet stretch of the road before accosting me. I'll be relying on you to follow closely behind, remaining hidden, though, of course, until the time comes to spring the trap on our bandit king. Just remember, though, we need him alive. Oh, is this gonna be one of those sneaking missions that we got in the Endwalker, I wonder? I was actually pretty good at those. I think they've also improved them a little bit, if I remember correctly, where they've created a visual indicator for them. Over here. I noticed something interesting today. In the Dawntrail zones, the render distance for NPCs is way further than in the old zones. I wonder why it's only Dawntrail zones, if it just means they had to optimize the old zones first. Most likely it's because of server infrastructure improvements that they made in Endwalker. They made them towards the end of the expansion. They would have to go back and probably make those adaptations to those old zones. But when building the new ones, they already had that there in mind when designing them. I would make the assumption that's probably why. But that's only an assumption, most likely. they would have to go back and like work on those old zones and do those changes to them to support what they're doing with this one. So, all right, let's go hunting. We're looking for a rat. Mm-hmm. Yo, it's Snake. Are you calling me Colonel? I really just want to say something about Metal Gear right now. I haven't had to do anything here to interact with it. Oh, okay. I hear business has been good to you, Master Merchant. How about you share some of the profits? And by some, I mean every coin that you have. Come at me, boys. You're that gemstone collector. Oh, I see what this is. We've been tricked. Spin your eye. Man, kill these Vidral. Slippery vermin. We'll have to interrogate this underling instead. If you would be so kind, Ponto, pray leave them capable to speak. Let's beat some boys up, lads. All right, let's go. Okay. Woo. Oh, that's right. I'm a higher level, so I can do this rotation. Dude, I smoked them. Yo, have a good night, my love. And thanks for coming in, by the way, too. Dude, Paladin feels really strong, doesn't it? It feels really, really strong, in my opinion. I just melted those things. I was hoping to talk with your boss, but I suppose you three will have to do. Wait. That's the second promise. What do you want with us? Think I'm scared of a fancy title? I'll take your royal ears as a trophy. Well, as soon as I get free of these ropes. I know your gang is behind my sister's abduction. Tell me where she is. Eat pack of shit, salt lover. You'll get no answers from us. Eat pack of shit. I might have to use that one on yous. That's right. We don't serve you. Do not play games with me. Where is Wook Lamat? Ugh. I am fast losing patience. Talk now or die. The choice is yours. We're hired to nab the third promise. That's all. We don't know where they took her. Hired? By whom? We weren't told that either. Only Wakiza knows. He's the one who took the job. Well, it seems we did need their leader then after all. Once I've arranged for the Landsguard to take custody of these criminals, I'll take a call on Thancred and his tracking skills. But perhaps we could pursue Wakiza in the meantime. The bandit was running in an easterly direction. Should you locate him, I suggest you shadow him rather than force a confrontation. He might lead us to where Lamachi is being held. Alright, we're hunting down a rabbit. Or a rat. You filthy rat. Alright, let's go find him. I find it difficult to believe, or very hard to believe, that that is what actually overwhelmed her and how she got kidnapped by bandits, honestly. Like, I mean, I'll let it flow for the sake of the story. Oh, actually, I'm going the wrong way. It's just down there. Oh, I'm on my paladin at the minute, and that's why I swapped across the paladin. I'm balancing them both out at the minute. Follow Wakiza from a distance. The objective will end in failure if you're noticed or fall too far behind. Should your quarry begin displaying the effects shown on the picture, you'll be discovered when he turns around. To avoid detection at these times, make use of cover such as rocks and trees. The objective will also end in failure if you follow too closely. Keep your quarry in sight, but avoid stepping into detection circles. Okay. Wait, where is he, though? Yeah, let's swap the warrior. Wait for the death. Am I dumb? He's behind you? Oh, wait. Oh. Crap. I think I've lost him already. Oh, wait. No, I haven't. I need to use the vantage point first. Yeah, so I'm dumb. I thought the duty had already commenced. I was freaking out there. Okay, we're fine. Okay. Okay. Gonna keep myself in the shadows. Okay. What was that? All right. It's a fast one, so he is. Lots of running here, man. All my years of Metal Gear Solid have trained me for this moment. Oh, this was meant to be easy. Okay. Keep going. Is he gonna stop anytime soon? Damn, he's running far, man. Holy shit. I'm gonna pop a sprint here. Dude, he is lagging it, isn't he? There's a rock here. There's another rock over here. There we go. All right. Let me hide behind another rock over here. Guys, we're sneaking here. Sneaky, sneaky. I think we're getting close to the bad guy hangout probably here, right? I should be safe enough now. All right, let's go. There's a tree here. He said to meet him in front of the hideout. Where is that damn Hobigo? I think we're good. Where is that damn Hobigo? Oh. Duty complete. Okay. Yay! 1 out of 1, guys! Yay! Finally, my money. Give it to me now. The Landsguard may be hunting us already. Calm yourself. We had our own troubles finding a suitable hideaway. Right. We're finished. Take your prize and leave me out of the rest. Such hostility. You were hurting for coin and I offered you gainful employment out of the kindness of my heart. Kindness? You brought a blackened tempest upon us. One look and I could tell that man was a killer, a butcher, a salted devil in the flesh. Oh, spare me your fearful bleating. Go on, scamper away now before the scary mercenary comes to claim your head. Koana told me the news. You found the abductor then? What's the situation? And you think the bandits were hired by this Hobigo? Alright, new strategy then. Forget Wakisa and stay on the Mammal Jazz tail. We don't want to endanger the Third's promise. So keep your distance until we're certain we definitely have her. I'll catch up to you as soon as I'm able. Are we going to be trailing the Mammal Jazz now then? Follow Hobigo from a safe distance. Alright, so we're going to be following the Mammal Jack going forward here. Alright, let's go. Is this the hard mode version of what we just did, guys? Wow, this guy's just literally right up his butt, eh? Have they made it a lot easier or something? There's nowhere to hide around here. Here, I'm gonna stay to the trees. Sneaking? Right. Wow, he doesn't turn around at all, does he? No? Dude, he doesn't turn around. Oh, wait. I'm just hearing things. I better get a hurry on if I don't want to get a beating. Let's go. area is so big and open, it's kind of hard to be able to trail him without getting caught. I'm not sure how big his visual line of vision is. Over this way? Oh, my sprint's off. Should be okay though, right? Nope, still going. I see a lot of people standing here. No cutscene. Oh, never mind. Wow, that was really easy, that one. He literally turned around once that whole time. What's this all about? Oh. They just hampered the... Wait, what? They just hampered the boat.
Better late than never. That Mamulja. He's the one who kidnapped Wook Lamart. So we're still unsure. If we can follow him a bit longer, confirm his connection to the abductors. That will complicate matters.
Certainly will.
Confound it! If I set out now, I can trail them along the riverbank. Do it! Even if it costs you the contest.
What worth is the throne if I lose my sister to win it?
I like Koana. He's cool.
Very well then. I'll send word when I locate her. Till then, I suggest you save your strength. A rescue attempt could turn ugly.
Okay.
That Hubigo just now. I swear I've seen him with Bakul Jaja. Knowing the way that monster works, he probably hired bandits to kidnap her so he could steal her keystones.
Right.
But even alone, my sister is more than a match for a gang of untrained ruffians. She must have been ambushed or deceived.
That's what I was thinking too.
Gah! I should have been there! If those bastards have hurt her!
I genuinely thought he was the cool-headed one. Yeah, I'm going with that answer.
And what exactly is that supposed to...
Yo!
Forgive me. Snapping at you won't get my sister back. I'm afraid I've always been like this when it comes to Lamachi. The thought of her being in danger sends me into a panic. But isn't that how families should be? These days, Turali Mikote live however they please. But the clan into which I was born kept to the nomadic traditions of our ancestors. They herded their own neck across the plains, always moving with the seasons. During one such migration, my birth parents left me behind. A child. All alone. Without a single word of explanation.
This explains a lot.
A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stallkeeper in Tuliyolal's market. And that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. So, as you might now understand, I will stop at nothing to rescue her. While we await word from Tancred, I suggest we prepare ourselves to travel downriver. You have a boat, yes?
Well, a little complicated.
Why release the Ponity if not to delay pursuit? If we were unsure of their guilt before, then this surely proves it. Before we act, however, let us regroup with your comrades. Would you mind making the call?
Sure.
Understood. We'll meet you at many fires.
All right. Off we go. I like Koana. He seemed like the snobby kid who was all about technology and trying to modernize things here. He's likable though. He's a good character. Yeah, you can kind of tell that, well, at least with these two, they're pretty solid and they seemed kind of close already. Why is that bad? Having a strong bond with someone you deeply care about isn't something you should be ashamed of. No, he's not. I don't think it's ashamed of it. It's just more like some people see things like that as weaknesses. I guess they just don't want to show weakness. You know what I mean? It's similar to her, actually. She didn't want to show weakness of any sort either, right? Whenever you're trying to become or fill a certain role, you want to show, like, strength. So showing any form of vulnerability is something that people kind of shy away from. People struggle to show vulnerability, just in general. It's just a normal human concept. I may have put rescuing Lamachi ahead of my own progress, but do not take that I mean I am trying to give up on this contest. You understand how important she is to me, yet regardless of how close that we were, I would have made the same choice. After all, if I am incapable of saving my sister while also winning the throne, then I am not fit to inherit our families and our father's heavy mantle. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Here, now let me pop a food here so I can make sure I can try and get myself to 93. We need to gather our forces. Firstly, allow me to brief everyone on our present situation. And thus, at the very least, we believe that Hobigo knows where Lamachi has been taken. Thancred is shadowing their boat even as we speak. I should like to join him with all haste. Unfortunately, our quarry had the foresight to release your punitly from its harness, leaving us without a means to really give pursuit. Erenville, as an expert on wildlife, what are our chances of recapturing the beast? With the right mix of feed, it can be done. I should like an extra hand to help scatter it about, however. Would you accompany him, Ponto? Sure. Meanwhile, the rest of us should work on getting the harness repaired. It appears to have been damaged when it impudently was let loose. With all the paddlers here in camp, we should have little trouble purchasing replacement materials. As for any necessary metalwork, Irvinshire's artisans are but a short walk away. Then, let us divide the tasks and have at it. Alright. Okay. There is an unusually aggressive herd of wild punitleys downriver, so our girl will have fled in the opposite direction. Come, we'll try the upriver. Alright, this is going to be the catch-up filler quest stuff before we can get everything repaired and go off again, eh? Normal experience for you, Ponto? What do you mean? Alright. Well, let's see how this here goes. An interesting turn of events with this. I'm so surprised she got kidnapped, but maybe the bandits that were there to kidnap her were much stronger than the ones I seen. But yeah, slightly surprised at that, honestly. Oh, are they? Is it really far away? Oh, it's a little bit far away. Assuming our Punitly has come this way, she'll be hiding in the depths of Marsh Legaka. We'll need to lure her back to the shallows with the promise of food. Wild Punitlies eat mainly aquatic grasses and plants, but the tame ones are often fed vegetable scraps. Knowing this, though, I added leftovers to the feed I prepared. This should help the mixture stand out against the marsh's natural scents. Legaka is crawling with predators. However, so I'll leave it to you to scatter feed deeper in. I'll be waiting for you near the shallows with the rest of Punitly's enticing feast. Alright. How's everyone doing tonight, by the way, guys? Are you guys also working through some of the MSQ yourselves? Are yous all mostly ahead of me or around the same part as me? And how's your night going so far, too? And also, thank you so much for everybody who's up in chat chilling with us tonight. We're all having a great evening so far, and you're having a great weekend. And happy Dawntrail weekend to everybody up in chat, by the way, lads. We're having a lot of fun. I have to say, so far, I've enjoyed the MSQ. I do think, the one thing I always do whenever I'm doing stories like this is I always, in my head, compare it to what we've already had from the same people. I do think the pacing is a little bit slower than what we've had in Dawntrail and Shadowbringers. But overall, it's been good. I feel like I haven't gotten to the meat of the I guess, what we're looking to see yet. So I'll be very interested as we get further in. You scatter Erenville's Punitly feed, along the water's edge. You meant Endwalker and Shadowbringers? Yes, sorry. I misspoke, so I did, yes. I mean, There's so many expansion names at this point, I get them crossed in my head. Yeah, I can't help but compare Dawntrail to Endwalker and Shadowbringers is what I meant. In terms of pacing and stuff like that. Alright. Let's keep going. I find it easy to compare it with Shadowbringers, because you kind of did the same with the things in it. The pacing seems pretty identical. I would disagree. But I think rather than going into it in too much detail, what I'm probably likely to do is when I do complete the MSQ, and I have a full scope of everything with it, I'll probably do a full breakdown of what I think of it so far, or what I think of it by the end of it. I do have some feedback regarding it, but let's keep going. All set? I've just finished laying out the last of the bait. Step back, out of sight, and leave the rest to me. Here she is. Shh. There's nothing to be afraid of. We just need your help one last time. You're hungry, I wager. Come on. Come with me. Yes, there's a good girl. Wow, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. We'll be fine here, I think. Give her a few more treats, then lead her over to the boat. You can let Koana know we have our punitly back. Yeah, that was a lot easier to capture than I was expecting it to. I thought it was going to be some long range of things that we would have had to have done there. Okay. Let's go on head back here. Woo. Oh, by the way, for people in chat that are interested, I'm going to be taking a break from MSQ streams tomorrow. I might stream a little bit tomorrow, but I'm going to be taking a small break on the MSQ. Just to let people catch up. Well, one, catch up to me. Number two, get ahead of me. So the next time I decide to do this here, which will probably be Tuesday onwards again, it gives you guys a little bit of a breather, a little bit of breathing room to be ahead of me. I'm sure my mods who are here, like Normac, etc., would prefer that little extra reprieve so they can focus on themselves and not worry about it so much here. Don't worry, Normac. I was thinking of you when I was doing this here. Alright, here we go. Erinville has the punitly in hand then, yeah? Good. I expected nothing less from a certified gleaner. As for the harness, we were able to purchase all the parts that we need. The Levaeur twins are over in Irvinshire right now, having the Potsworn make the repairs. I'm told it shouldn't take long. We'll be ready to embark on our rescue mission as soon as we hear back from Thancred. Woo! Level 93! Yay! And you were worried, Normac, I wasn't going to be at the right level for it. Oh, we're still on level 92 quests. Cool. Koana is nervously awaiting the call from Thancred. Yeah, the quest after this one is actually 93. Okay, so I was very close with this here. That's why you asked it. When you asked that there, that's why I swapped across to Warrior, because I made the assumption that's what you meant. Okay, cool. Thancred must know something by now. You found her? Understood. Thank you. I had but to invoke his name. Thancred followed the Hobigo's boat. to its destination and have confirmed that they are indeed holding my sister captive. They, of course, being Bakul Jaja and his minions. I swear, I will make them regret this. Lamachi is in the Richleaf tunnels. The moment the harness is repaired, we strap in the Punitly itself and make our way back down into Iku Katamu. The pronunciation of some of these names is really hard, by the way. Hi, Ishtar. Welcome in, dude, by the way. Oh. Am I stuck? Hello? Well. Has this happened to anybody else? Okay. That was weird. But sure.
Thangred.
The third promise is up ahead. She's unharmed, but we best not dally.
What's going on? Ah, I see. That's her on the ground. Yeah, okay. Man.
I spit on these pathetic feats. Far more satisfying to claim their baubles by force.
Such a scumbag, isn't he?
Give it back! Fosentin poured his everything into that stone. You've no right to touch it.
Oh, was that the name of your artisan? How could you allow something so precious to be stolen?
You thieving cheat! You're no true claimant.
What does that make the foolish kitty who fell into my trap? If pitiful roars were all it took to claim the throne, you'd be first in line.
God, I hate this guy.
Now, brother, you shouldn't tease her. Look, the poor thing's on the verge of tears. Meow. Someone save me.
Ooh, someone got shot in the head.
Get that?
Okay.
His scales are as thick as his skulls.
We're back.
Coward! You dare ambush me?
Tis the blessed sibling's favorite tactic.
That useless Bune was sycophant. He was supposed to keep the lackeys running in circles.
Oh, you must tell me all about that.
Careful now. You wouldn't want to hit her hostage.
Yeah, I was gonna say double tap, right? Don't you dare hurt that young lady. Let's kick their ass, man.
That one's not to be underestimated.
Giga Chad walk.
They can do nothing while we have.
Oh! From out of nowhere, dude! Go, 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 go! Whoop! What a brother, man.
Impeccable timing.
Amachi, are you all right?
Aye, thanks to you.
What a brother, dude. We all need a brother like that in our lives, eh? Give me a koana.
These weaklings think they can defy us. We'll slaughter the lot of them.
Let me fight you. I want to kick your ass.
Patience, brother. The keystone is ours. There is no need to fight this day. And Zoralja has left us hurting.
No! I won't stop until I gut these maggots and feed them their entrails.
Go on. Do it.
If we fall here, we fail our siblings for nothing. Is that what you want?
The smart one's too cunning.
No, brother. Break off! We retreat!
I was really hoping we could fight them.
Damn you, Bakul Jaja!
Man. Really? Wait, and they also took the stones too, right?
Do we give chase?
Yes. We need the stones.
We head back. Amachi is safe. And that is what matters.
I would have chased after them. It's not like we were hurt or injured or anything there. It's glad we saved her and all, but you know. I am glad to see you unharmed, Lamachi. Thanks again for coming to my rescue, Koana. And all of you too. Bakul Jaja must be desperate indeed to resort to such an aggressive tactic. I shouldn't have been so careless. I underestimated him, and it cost me a keystone. Huang Tian upended his life so I could accomplish the Moblin's feat. He believed in me, believed in my cause, and I've let him down. So, we take back what was stolen. Yes, we'll do exactly that. The next time I meet that brute, I'll knock him straight on his scaly behind and take back my keystone. Speaking of vengeance, didn't Bakul Jajas curse some useless Bonua sycophant when he caught sight of us? A reference to Zaro Ja, I would assume. He is devoted to our brother, and is the only Bonua I know of participating in the rite of succession. If Zoro Ja was somehow involved in this, I will never forgive him for putting our sister in danger. He will have forfeited his right to be called brother. Very protective brother, isn't he? Bakul Jaja should face punishment, of course, but so must the bandits who had the temerity to abduct Lamachi. I shall request that Favor send a contingent of Landsguard to enforce the law in this region. I agree that measures need to be taken to keep travelers safe. But I wonder what pushed these people towards a life of banditry in the first place. If we dig deeper, we might find a way to improve things for everyone. right way of thinking, I guess, too. Tis something to think about. For now, however, the rite continues. I thank you all for your help. We should be moving on as well. Are you feeling fit to travel, Wooklamat? You bet I am. Sorrel Jazz gained a good head start, and it's time we clawed back some lost ground. Okay. Alright, alright. So we got her back. I'm gonna guess we're gonna be heading to another area here soon. We're also level 93 in the MSQ stuff you said after this, which means we're probably gonna be coming close to a dungeon, I would imagine. I guess we'll see. I really am sorry this happened. From now on, I won't let my guard down around suspicious strangers. And again, I do appreciate you all for coming to save me. Woo! Yay! The road beckons, friends. Let us be on our way to Yokhui. Then, it's back to where the path through the mountains begins. You remember the spot where you were tricked into walking off the Wakusa? Just going to rub it in my face like that, aren't you? I wonder if he's raising my hackles on purpose, though. You know, trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. Either way, we can't be standing around here all day. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. Alright, off we go, boys. I'm guessing we're going on a new little adventure. Maybe a new zone? Oh wow, it's like all the way over there. Okay. Let's take the teleport and then we'll go on across from there. Story's been pretty okay so far. I would say that, at least for the initial starting part, I think I preferred Shadowbringers and Endwalker's start over this one. But I'll be interested in seeing what the payoff of the overall story is before I make my final judgment on it. I will say the music has been absolutely phenomenal. I really like the design of the zones. I really do hope we hang out in them a lot more too, because I think there's a lot of good opportunities for stuff they do here. Do they get rid of the old ones? I don't see them on Steam. No, so whenever you buy the current expansion, that lets you play. So the current expansion of the game lets you have all the previous expansions before it. So if you buy Dawntrail, that means you have Shadowbringers, Endwalker, Stormblood, etc. Actually included in that bundle, which is why they usually remove them from the sale. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this here. I couldn't leave without letting Rattlerock, sorry, I should say, know what happened. So I stopped in Irvinshire to say a few words before moving on. And now Erinville's nowhere to be seen. Couldn't he wait a few more moments? So much for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Come on, let's catch up. I want to give that smug gleaner a piece of my mind. I worried Wooklama would agonize over the loss of her keystone, but it seems I had nothing to be concerned about. Onwards and upwards, Zam. Does the price go up with how many expansions you're getting? It's just the standard pricing that you would get for an expansion for a game. Here's the thing, with 14, you could play the game on the free trial if you want to, up until the third expansion, Stormblood. After that, there you have Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and now Dawntrail to get. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a lot of people in Urkopacha. With that in mind, you may as well just buy the most current expansion, right? You know what I mean? No preference. That's a lot of instances for this area. Oh, I've been to Urkopacha before. Okay. As I'm sure you've noticed, the air grows thin at this elevation. Take it slow until your body adjusts. Deep breaths, drink plenty of water. A few more steps and we'll be in Warlar's Echo. Yeah, that's a lot of instances, actually. I remember with Endwalker, the instance cap, I believe, was free. Or maybe 4. Having that many is actually... I think that's the first time I've seen that many, to be honest with you. So they definitely have done some good work on the back end of the servers for them to be able to accommodate that. Oh, new attunement. Let's go. For anyone who doesn't know this, give you guys a little bit of info. These lovely mobs that we see in front of us here were designed after the monsters of Final Fantasy XI. In FF11, the Yokoi were actually designed after what are called the trolls of FF11. They are basically designed identically to them. It's actually really cool to see these here in HD, though. Man, that's really... I'm getting a lot of nostalgia looking at some of these, man. There's a lot of FF11 references in this expansion with the design of a lot of the monsters. It kind of gives me some nostalgia, honestly. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Whew. I think I'm getting used to the air up here. So this is the place from the Lay of Proof where Papa met for the Yokoi. And that must be them. I don't think I've ever actually seen one outside of a picture. So it is for most of Turali. The giants rarely visit the lowlands. Here, in their mountain fastness, they tend to the solemn duty they pledge to undertake in their pact with the Dawn Servant. To watch over the Tural Vidral, Balagramanda, and maintain its prison within their temple. Ah yes, Wuklamat told us about the Tural Vidral. Creatures that live for far longer than normal and awaken to strange powers. Indeed, yet even among those anomalies, Valagramanda is unrivaled in strength and has endured for centuries, bringing catastrophe each time it emerges from its lair. As you have learned from the Lay of Ice, it was Gulul Jaja who at last managed to imprison the beast, and it has lain dormant in the temple ever since. It is said that the building still bears a gaping hole in its ceiling from when Valagramanda was lured inside by Gulul Jaja's final ploy. I'd like to see this strongest of all Tural Vidral. I wonder what it was like to fight it. Of course you do. Warlar's Echo was where both the Lay of Proof and the Lay of Ice took place. Does that not suggest we'll be facing 2 feats then this time? That's a question we can ask the Elector once we find him. Or maybe we should flush out Bukul Jaja first so I can beat my keystone out of him. Let's find that thieving cheat. I want to beat him up, man, I'll be honest with you. Damn right. Now, where to start looking? Perhaps the feats should be taking precedence, while we're here. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities to confront Bukul Jaja. I suppose we do have 4 keystones to earn, and no matter what we do, the contest will pit us against him sooner rather than later. Alright, let's seek out the Elector. Then I suggest we pay a visit to Kariorzar the Gracious, or so their temple is called. The Moblins told me that the High Luminary Grufurler is to be found there. If we are to ask someone about information, then he seems to be a wise choice. That's another FF11 reference, by the way. Grufurler was a troll, or a giant. It was called Grufurler the Menacing. It was a monster that you would fight, and he hit like a bloody tank. It'll be interesting what they decide to do with him in this story, though. Because they take liberties with bringing characters in from old games, but giving them a completely new thing to them. Like, for example, Gulul Jaja. He was also from FF11. He was the leader, actually, of the Mammalja. It was a Beastman tribe, so it was in that game. And they were always trying to... They were basically bad guys, so they were in the game, and they were trying to take over a city and take ownership of a certain special item. But in this game, obviously, he's the leader of a nation, and he's definitely positioned in a more favorable light. Okay. Let's see if I can convince the guards to let us through. I am Wook Lamat, third promise of Tuliolal, and I seek your elector for the right of succession. May I please speak with Grufurler? The High Luminary has granted admittance to the claimants. You may enter. Huh, that was easier than expected. Alright, well, in we go then. Voice actor? Maybe. Gods. Is that? Aye. Valargamanda. Oh, wow. It's encased in what, ice or something? Huh. Welcome. High Luminary Grufurler? No. He is not here at present. I am Luminary Simurwer. This is the Sky Rune, Valargamanda. It is the Tural Fidral, whose name has evoked terror since time immemorial. Okay, I can't talk today. Sorry, guys. Woo. Even my people, once conquerors of all beneath the sun, were as brittle leaves before Valargamanda's tempestuous power. When the Sky Rune descended upon Urkelpacha 8 decades ago, the casualties were staggering. Had Gulul Jaja and his companions not intervened, we would have been slaughtered to the last. Their titanic battle with Valargamanda raged for 10 days and 10 nights. As their foe fought on, tireless and relentless, our heroes were pushed beyond their limits of their own endurance. Thus did the head of reason concoct a desperate plan. Gulul Jaja tricked the Sky Rune into losing control of its own ice magics, causing the unwitting Turav Vidral to encase itself in frozen ether. And it's been like that ever since. Nice work, Papa. But what happens if that ice ever melts then? The same question looms large in our minds, for the magic sustaining this prison grow weaker with every passing year. Valorgamanda commands powers of fire and lightning and ice. Some believe that the violence of the recent storm was a result of those energies slipping free. That raging tempest from Valorgamanda? Setting future worries aside, you are come to attempt the feat of proof, yes? The High Luminary, chosen elector of the Dawn Servant, has left me with instructions for all aspiring claimants. You are to scour our forbidding mountains and find the waiting Gerfurler. That will be your challenge. Ah, so the search itself is the feat. You've already spoken with my brothers then, I take it? I have. Their expeditions are already underway. Then we'd better pick up the pace. Aye, but we'll need a direction to search in first. Let's see what hints we can gather from the villagers. Alright. Let's see where you go, ma'am. It's a big beast, isn't he, eh? Wouldn't it be crazy if we had to fight him? Although they've already teased it in the live letter, so we know there's going to be some sort of shenanigans with him. Gods, Valorgamanda is enormous. I know Papa had friends with him, but it's incredible he could hold his own against that thing. Should its prison ever fail, though, we can't expect the old guard to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Let's see the foods. Okay, I'm just going to get the silver piece for now. Yo, the music in this area is really nice. Let me just have a quick nosy at it real fast before I do anything else. Ooh. That looks cool, dude. Yeah, I really like the music here. Also, welcome back. The zone looks great. Yeah, I'm big fan of it. I like this area. Nicely designed, very pretty. I mean, honestly, the graphics update has made a lot of these areas just look absolutely gorgeous now. The Feat of Proof. Alphanod would share his strategy for information gathering. As we've been informed, the Feat of Proof requires us to seek the High Luminary Gerfurler somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are of any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the Yokoi from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask that you would pay close attention when attempting to divine Gerfurler's whereabouts. Though the giants may not give us a precise location, there may be clues hidden within the words they use. Such is my theory anyway. Let us see what we can discover. Alright, let's have a little look around and have a chat. Also, hey yo, thank you very much for the follows, guys. Fox, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome in, lads. How you all doing today? Let's go ahead and go for a little bit of a hunt. Let's figure some stuff out. And Sammy, welcome in, by the way, too. It's good to see you. This is one of my favorite zones. It's a very pretty zone, I have to say. I really like what they've done with the design of a lot of these areas. They're very, very pretty. I'm a big fan of what they've been able to do with them. I hope the story has a level of strength to it to match what we're kind of seeing with the graphics and stuff too. Oh, he's up above. Okay, well, I pack up, I go. Here we are. Sir Furler. Asking after the High Luminary as well, are you? I know not where to find him, but I do hope you have the opportunity to speak together. He is a great man with a deep reverence for our traditions. These glyphs that we carve, for one, he affords them as much value as any treasure that we possess. They are records of lives lived. Your arrival too, I will let you into the stone, that the story of our meeting may endure for untold turnings of the sun. If you are curious about our ways, then I bid you visit Proof, to the northwest of here. It is one of our grave sites. Okay. That was pretty informative, to be fair to you. Kind of gives you an idea for what their traditions are a little bit, which I feel is probably going to work into the story. Have you considered hunting this? Gilly, are you okay? A Tuliolian? No. You're from farther away than that, I think. As for the High Luminary, I can only guess where he might be. He is warder of the Sky Rune, but also keeper of his sepulchres. And his duties often take him outside of the village. Okay. So we know he's outside the village. Rightio then. Let's have a little nosy. Where else do we have here? I like all these different remixes they're doing of the Dawntrail theme. I think this one might be my favorite though. I kind of like the vibe of it. It's kind of... What is it comparable to? It's like... How do I describe it? Ponto, you're finally a Lalafell size with the giants. Yo, considering how big Rothgars are, it really gives you an indication for how big these guys are, eh? The High Luminary? No, I haven't seen him today. Now, let me ask you a question. That Ixbral, who came out of the temple earlier, was that really the third promise? She seems rather unimposing. How is she meant to succeed the mighty Gulul Jaja? Say that to her face, see what she does. Also, Dante, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome in, by the way, too, dude. Thank you so much for all the new follows today, guys. Hope you're all doing well. And I hope you're all enjoying the content. Feel free to follow if you haven't done so. And get comfy. We're going to be doing some MSQ for a bit this evening. First things first. Was anyone able to coax forth a definite location for the High Luminary? As expected. What then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? I heard that in addition to his usual duties, Gerfurler is also charged with keeping the graves. As did I. The Yokoi sepulchres appear to hold a special significance in their culture. But would it be appropriate for us outsiders to enter into their burial grounds itself? Proof, you say? And he encouraged you to visit this place yourself. Then let's go and take a look. Even if we don't find Gerfurler there, it will give us the chance to learn more about the Yokoi. The gravesite is somewhere northwest of here. Well, we can leave that from the side of a village for a start. Shall we? Yeah, Gerfurler. What a name, eh? Also, welcome in, by the way. Is it Christentassi or Christentassi? Thank you so much for coming in. I hope you're having a great night so far. And yeah, feel free to follow. And if you're interested in following all of the MSQ that I've been doing so far, we actually have a playlist over on the YouTube that I've just recently started. And if you would like to catch up from the start as we go through it all, Oh, Chrysanthesy. Ah, yo, I hope I pronounced that okay. Kong, thank you for the follow, by the way, man. And yo, Chris, feel free to follow as well. I hope you're having a great night so far. And yo, we're having a great evening up in here with some MSQ. We're currently at level 93 MSQ for anybody that happens to be new to the channel. We're kind of vibing right now. I'm honestly kind of nerding out a little bit. I was just saying this to people. So I'm a Final Fantasy XI player, and these boyos here are bringing back really fond memories for me. They used to be called the Trolls in 11, and Gerfurler actually was one of the main leaders of the Trolls. So it's kind of cool that they're bringing back some of those names from some of the old FF MMO days from my old times past. Oh, this area is beautiful. What the hell? Woo! That's a really pretty looking background, man. 11 was epic, to be fair. It was very, very much so. I had some great stories, some great times back then too. The others have gone on ahead to Proof, following the trail west. There are some sharp drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. I thought to get my bearings from up here first so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try catching up to Erinville? It should be able to point you in the right direction. I'm going to make an assumption here that going this way is okay. Very Machu Picchu inspired. Yeah, I mean, a lot of Dawntrail, you can really see it with the way they've designed a lot of the areas. There's a lot of inspiration with South America. And also, not just South America, Southeast Asia as well. There's definitely a lot of references and direction with that. It's very cool. I'm honestly, I think one of the best things about these places that we've been exploring so far is the design of the zones are very, very pretty to look at. And also on top of that there too, the music has been very, very good. I would say I'm a little critical of certain points of the early stage of this story, because as I said, I was talking about this earlier, one of the first things I always do when looking at things within a bubble is comparing it to the similar things within that bubble. So I always look at the stage we're at right now and compare it to where we were in Shadowbringers and in Endwalker and kind of compare them quite a lot. Overall though, the setting and the premise of it leaves me interested, and I'm willing to let it play out. I think getting the overall picture of what we can see by the end of the expansion, I think is important before I give my final grade on it. But we'll see. And by the way, the main city music is amazing. Yes, Tuliolal's music is awesome. Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass, and yet the ground still burns. This must be one of the scars left by Valorgamanda's rampage, as told by the saga. The sky ruins fires are described as eternal flames that could be quenched by neither storm nor time, and here I thought it was a literary embellishment. Well, but now I've lost sight of Wuklamat. Proof is northwest along the main road, so hopefully she's still heading the right way. I have a question. Are chat trolls? No, chat's cute. Well, you're sometimes a little bit trolly, but, you know, you're still very cute. Oh, look, there's Alphinaud here, too. Erinville as well. All right, let's keep going this way. Did you ever play Final Fantasy XV, Ponto? I did. It was one of the few Final Fantasy games I didn't finish. I have to be completely honest. I did not resonate with the characters. I didn't like the boy band Friends Day Out theme that they kind of did with it, and my interest was lost very early in because of that. The gameplay was also a little bit dull for me too. I felt like the battle system, it was better than 13, but I also I didn't really hold my interest for as long. If I was to actually tell you, in my opinion, in terms of like gameplay, I think the best balance of like classic Final Fantasy gameplay and what they've tried to do to modernize the game, I think honestly Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth is pretty much the closest we have gotten for good gameplay that we've had from a Final Fantasy game. Regardless of how people feel about the changes to the story of 7, because some people did or did not like that. I think the gameplay side of 7 was very, very good for the remake and remaster, or remake and rebirth. I'm having some spicy turkey. Yo, have fun, man. I hope you're enjoying the food. Getting some chicken nuggets. Man, you guys are going to start talking. I actually prepped some food for the day before coming on stream. So I actually have a green curry with rice I could sit and eat. So if I get hungry, I might throw that on. So I might while we're doing this. Yeah, Wooklamat wins again. Looks like everyone is here now, so... Greetings, friend. Are you Gerfurler? No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, task me with providing a lesson and sepultures to those who came in search of him. Oh, so we were meant to find our way here after all, then. Are you to tell us who is buried here? No one is buried here in the sense that you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames, then scatter its ashes across the peaks. Oh. Moreover, we do not conceive of death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their heart ceases to beat, but only when they are no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. So if someone is forgotten, basically. This is why we build our sepulchres, before age or mishap claims us, that we might etch ourselves into the living chronicle for all eternity. This grave belongs to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended its journey some years ago, but he lives within me, even now. Up there stands, by my own sepulture. As long as it exists, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave glyphs, in the same manner my friend does in mine. Has it always been thus for your people? This conception of existence and death? Continue along this path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answers to your questions. Then, that's what we will do. Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. I thank you for allowing me to share them, for in doing so, will I remain in your hearts also. Yeah, I like that. You know, with some parts of talking about the Pelu and stuff, it didn't really hit as heavily with me, but I like this. This was kind of cool. Yeah, I like when they build lore like this here, because it has more of a impact, in my opinion. This was good. I like that. All right, well, off we go again to the races. Also, yes, I'm the curry I prepared. So I usually make food for a week. So I make a giant curry pot or two, and it's a big pot of chicken green curry. So I have a pot of chicken green curry and also half a pot of red curry as well. So basically, I just rotate between them both and eat them all up. I usually do that there for late night stuff. variation. Yeah, so I swap between my red curry and green curries. So because I'm always up quite late, for anyone who's new, I'm from Northern Ireland. It's currently past midnight here, so I usually eat at like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning now. That's usually what I eat, and then after that I usually go to bed. Yeah. Just to keep things kind of simple for myself, I just make a big batch of food, and I just change the flavors up a little bit, and that's me. That's it. Nothing like a curry before bed, eh? I make a really good red curry and green curry. I'm just saying. Hello. A fellow we met at Proof suggested that we come here. Yes, the High Luminary commanded that I watch for your arrival. As the chroniclers, rather, of our people, it has ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the murals from generation to generation. They really are magnificent. And together, they tell the tale of your people's history. They are the events which shaped us. I would share them with you ere you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. Then, I will begin. This first mural depicts a time more than 1100 years ago, an age of great prosperity for the Yokoi, blessed with size and strength unmatched by other peoples. Our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Yoktoral under their dominion. Then, when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northwards, seeking to expand their territory and also power. Here we see the expedition of Zaktoral. Unable to cross the strait by ship, our forefathers set to building a bridge to the northern lands. A grand labour which consumes the greater part of a century. Sorgor the Boundless. We still make use of that bridge in Tuliolal for travel. I can imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work of that scale. But I've never heard of any Yokoi living in Zaktoral. What happened to the ones who went north? Look upon this next mural and behold that answer. The scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner of enemy could have repelled their invasion? A foe unnamed and unseen. When the expedition pushed forth into Zaktoral those 1,000 years ago, its soldiers were felled by disease. Some terrible illness? No virulent plague or newly arisen blight. For the local Tonawata and Shitona, it was but a mild affliction of the sort that comes with the turning of the seasons. What manifested for them as slight fevers and coughs, however, proved deadly for our people. Out of every 10 Yokoi who joined that northern campaign, 9 succumbed to that infection. Those who survived continued to suffer, though, finding it difficult to sire offspring. I've heard of this before. Lacking an inherited resistance, visitors to distant lands can fall deathly ill to diseases a local might be able to shrug off. These events might also have given rise to the practice of cremation, rather than the burial of mortal remains in. This final mural depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Urkopacha. The reason they first left, why they fought so long and pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homeland. This undertaking began in ancient times, When our forebears learned they shared the continent with people unalike to us in appearance or custom, they feared invasion was inevitable. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow. Yet, as they fought on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disaster of Zaktoral and their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. The peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here, in the place which birthed us. Here, in the stones upon which we recorded our days. Here, in this tranquil life, we had traded for conquest and conflict. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. And so we return to the present. I trust you found this brief history of our people enlightening. I'm always glad to learn more about my fellow Turali. How you've lived until now, and how you wish to live on from now. Then, I believe you are ready to proceed. The High Luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Warkor Zomor. I had a feeling we'd end up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feat worthy of its name. Follow the trail south of here to begin your ascent. But be wary. Beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and also otherwise. Well, keep that in mind. Thank you for the warning, and also the lesson. Finally, we know where we're going. To the top of Warkor Zomor. Yeah, I liked a lot of the lore stuff they've done here with these guys. Yeah, I honestly think they might be the strongest ones we've seen yet when it comes to building up actually some lore. The Hanu were cool too. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Pelu so much, but they've done a good job with these ones. Yeah, their lore is good. Yeah, you actually have a reason to invest in it a lot more. It gives you more... I also think the way they handled the Pelu with the running around and trying to build up your money from a certain base. The concept behind it, I understood what they were trying to do, but what it felt like as a person doing it made it feel like it was a bunch of fetch quests just over and over again, so I kind of missed the mark a little bit for me. But this has been very solid because they've been building up to something over time, which is important. This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. What? How long have you been standing there? I was just taking in the scenery, that's all. Come on, we don't have to fall too far behind Alphanod and the others. I like the fact that it was a realistic reason for their sudden retreat, it being disease. Oh yeah, absolutely. You would think that it would be one of those things where they're like, oh, some sort of mysterious thing was able to eliminate them and make them push back, but it's more of a realistic thing. Something like that there with technology is more likely to actually shut you down. I feel like this is coming close to a dungeon, is it? You remember how the chronicler was saying that the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace. It occurs to me that if Zoro Jaja is attempting to feed a proof, then he will have heard that same lesson. I can only hope that it's made him reconsider his own stance on educating people through war. For some reason, I highly doubt that. He doesn't seem like the most stable of guys, if I'm being honest with you.